Okay, hey black women, I'm going to talk about something right now that's not going to be very popular, but it needs to be said, right? I know that a lot of you go online and you participate in these lives with certain black women who have lives all the time, and they have these panels of their clique buddies, and they basically all have like I guess it's fair to say like a tunnel vision, or they share the same vision, the echo chamber, right? So this morning I happened to be watching You're Triggered, right? Now I know her from YouTube, but I see now she's crossed over into TikTok. That's not my point. But what my point is that she, and I don't care how any of you take it, I'm gonna speak the truth now. She's young or younger, right? And she doesn't really know the full history of black people in the struggle of civil rights, and how the way that you change America is from the inside infrastructure out. Not from telling black women, which is a dangerous fucking thing a lot of them are doing these days, which is telling black women to not participate in politics. Now, I don't know if y'all are paying attention, or if y'all actually understand how this country works and what you're doing to yourself. But if you do not vote, you're going to end up in slavery, or worse, American apartheid. So when I hear dumb shit like the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are two birds with the same wing, that immediately lets me know you're historically not educated, and you don't know how the government works. And you don't know the process of voting, becoming a candidate, running for office, or how any of the three branches actually function and work, right? And you can do it to yourself if you want to, but you will be sorry the same way the Hispanics are right now. When you sit your ass down at home and you do not vote for your rights, you do not vote to have a voice in what is happening in your country, you are voluntarily becoming a slave. Do you understand that? You're all upset right now over the trivial shit that is going on between parties, and white people do this on purpose to hopefully convince you to stay your ass at home and not participate. So there was a lady on that live. I've heard her before. I think her name is Supervillain. She appears to be quite knowledgeable, right? But I do notice that when people want to tell the truth about history, when they're on these panels inside these cliques, right, or adjacent to these cliques, they don't want to tell the truth because they don't want to lose their placement and their freedom within those lives, right? So she tends to hold back a lot about the actuality of things, right? So this You're Triggered was actually telling people, well, black women, that others shouldn't shame them for not voting, right? And that they shouldn't be forced to go along with what the government tells them, and etc. However, moments before that, I think the lady's name is Supervillain, she was explaining to the panel that in a town hall meeting, people were complaining about office decorations being more funded than student lunch. Now, this is where you got to stop being stupid and understand how local politics work. When you vote locally, right, within the school board, your council people, mayors, assembly people, ombudsman, public advocate, whatever those offices are for the municipalities of your city, right? Those people are the ones that are kind of like the guard keepers or gatekeepers of making sure that everything locally is funded properly and runs the right way. When you sit your ass at home on the couch and you don't vote, or you believe dumb shit like your vote don't count, and you can't make an impact in the country you live in by voicing your opinion and being politically active, nobody's stopping you from running either, right? But when you don't vote, like 3 million black people didn't, they sat their dumb ass on the couch, and we saw abortion bans be a result of that, and women losing autonomy altogether. not just over their bodies, but he's taken away everything our ancestors fought for because you sat your ass on the couch. So anyway, when you're not voting and you're not participating in this country's election process, you're giving white people carte blanche to do whatever they want to you. And that means re-enslave you, right? So when she was talking about the schools not having adequate funding for lunch, that is part of why it is so important to vote. So this is a two-party country, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter if you vote for liberals, they never win. Independents never win. It's either going to be a Democrat or a Republican. And what happened in this past election was plain stupidity. People were anti-black, they were misogynist, they were just straight up fucking ignorant. And now we're suffering as a result of it. So in these midterm elections, when you have these people rallying already to fuck you up again, going forward, like telling you once again, right, the same dumb shit that all the propaganda from Trump's party was doing, black women are now doing it to themselves. They're out here telling people not to vote. And when you do that, you're taking away Sorry about the fire truck. But when you do that, when you don't vote and you don't take shit seriously, you're setting yourself up to live in an environment where you're going to have no rights. And I don't know how many of you know what the 1920s to 50s looked like for black people. Maybe you should go read up on that. But if you want that shit to be revisited again in America, keep telling people that they don't need to vote. Because slavery will be here in no time. Apartheid will be here in no time because y'all are being ignorant, okay? You really are. And somebody needs to tell you because this shit is getting out of hand. You're too close to the midterm elections to have people out here giving you false information and trying to give racist Republicans way more power. Like, don't y'all get it? You have to get rid of the majority of the Republicans in office and who are doing these things in this country. Even though you don't agree what the Democrats do and a lot of the things they haven't done, you can still work with them. You cannot work with any Republican because the whole point of them these days, ever since Obama became president, is to make sure black people never get into the position they were in 1929, right? To be financially stable to the point where the government literally asked them for monetary contributions during the Great Depression. Do you not understand that? They don't want you to ever be in a position economically to challenge them or in their sick fucking minds believe that you're going to seek revenge on them for all the things they have and continue to do to you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have these people in these lives with all of their yes men and their hype men all the time, and they never want to let anybody new up or get any difference of opinion, and they like to play all of these games with the dumb niggas that come up as ops and all that stupid shit, wasting time, please recognize that none of these women are out here really giving the message they should to empower black women politically and to get us on the same page so that we can get back all of our rights we lost and to get back all of the things that the freaking Supreme Court has taken away. Okay? It's really that serious. And if you guys fuck around and you keep the majority of Republicans in this midterm, kiss all your freedoms goodbye, because you won't have any. He will move all of the power to one branch and he will become a monarch. And you will become a subject and a real life fucking peasant. Please don't make me out to be somebody who's telling the truth. I prefer you make me out to be a liar because you get up, you educate yourself now, go to all of your voter registration websites and learn the governmental processes. Learn how the people are the power of this country. But you got to be active. The only way we got where we are today is because our ancestors did not give up on fighting for our rights. They did not give up on fighting back and pushing back with the government, and they wanted to be seen as equal human beings and citizens in this country. Y'all are fucking around, and you taking us right back in time to where we have no rights. And you're not going to understand it the same way like when we tried to warn the Hispanics about what's happening now. You black women are walking other black women into the same type shit. Please wake up and understand that if you're going to give a message, give the message that right now the racist white Republicans are ruining this country. If you do not vote them out and vote in a majority of Democratic representatives to stop a lot of the stuff that's happening and to actually impeach this president, you're going to have nothing at all. You're being forewarned. I try to say it every time I can because y'all are not understanding. You're being just as stubborn and just as hard-headed as the Hispanics were. And I'm telling you, when it's too fucking late, it's too fucking late. Please wake up and stop telling black people that shit. They need to vote a majority of Democratic. Have a nice day. Please think about what I said.